Spending tons of money to invest in the making of idols just to mysteriously end up throwing them out the window one day? Can you believe this kind of thing happens super duper frequently in the K-pop industry? What's even weirder about this is the members kicked out, or temporarily hidden away, are all extremely talented. In this video, we have collected 5 cases of idols being crossed out of their group inexplicably. Number 1. Treasure's Yedam and Mashiho. Most recently, YG Entertainment has announced out of the blue that Yedam and Mashiho would take temporary hiatus from all activities with Treasure, and the day they would come back wasn't determined. In detail, specifically, YG informed that Yedam would take a break to concentrate on studying music, improving his production skills, and Mashiho would spend more time in Japan with his family due to wellness problems. Because Treasure has always been on an extended break between each comeback, and just like Blackpink, the number of their comebacks can be counted on the fingers of one hand, fans immediately sense the fishy things behind the vague statement of YG. Plus, as this news was even announced right when Treasure was about to make their summer comeback, and when the second anniversary since the successful debut was around that corner, fans were rather upset to see the way YG nonchalantly talked about the two's disappearance. But very quickly, the upset turned into resentment, because as fans dug more into the incident, they found out that YG was probably hiding something fishy, and there was a high chance of the two members being forced to take a hiatus, rather than willingly doing so. Particularly, they were accusing YG of cutting Yedam and Mashiho's presence out of Treasure, as in the recent photo posted during the group's joining in summer camp, a content produced in 2021, traces showing that Yedam and Mashiho were photoshopped out of the frame were found out. It seemed like they didn't even bother to do it properly, as the colors of the edited areas had nothing much to do with the surrounding parts of the real photo. Zooming in, they also looked extremely crafty. And when netizens moved their eyes a little bit, they even found out the ghost sneaker sole, that no one knew to whom it belonged. With these suspicious signs, fans and netizens believe that YG has been planning to kick Yedam and Mashiho out of Treasure for a long time, and now they've done it. Number 2. NCT's Shotaro and Sungchan. When Shotaro and Sungchan were first announced to be the upcoming members of the NCT system, lots of fans were triggered as they believed the old members weren't properly promoted, but SM Entertainment has already added the new ones. However, the reactions quickly shifted, as both members managed to prove they not only look good, but also had impressive talents from dancing, singing, rapping, to even modeling. Basically, SM Entertainment once died hard to debut Shotaro and Sungchan regardless of fans' reactions. But can you guess what? They did all of that just to refrain the two from most activities, as if they were never part of NCT. For Shotaro, throughout the 3 years active, fans could only see him on the screen for around 3-ish weeks in 2020, including both music shows and year-end events. And even worse, the company made him disappear for almost the whole of 2021, as he only went on a 1-week promotion with NCT at the end of the year. Specifically, Shotaro made a debut with Make-A-Wish and was promoted for 2 weeks sharp. Despite quickly garnering massive attention and becoming the fastest member to reach 1 million views for the individual fan cam, he has only been active on YouTube and Instagram since then. FYI, before NCT, Shotaro has always had an established career with fame as a professional backup dancer for famous Japanese singers. That's why, when SM scouted him, it only took him roughly 3 months to train and debut. However, as you can see, all of these talents mean nothing as the company always acts like he isn't a part of NCT. And actually, to the general public, most will probably not know who Shotaro is in NCT. For Sungchan, SM concealed him from the limelight even tighter, as despite having the visual that once took over the internet for looking like a clone of NCT's Taeyong, the model ratio figure, and the unique color and rapping, Sungchan was still made to disappear from most NCT's activities. After debuting with NCT through 90s Love, he literally disappeared into thin air. After that, SM let Sungchan do the MC for Inkigayo from March 2020 to March 2021, after which he was hidden away again. Then, fans could only see him once in a while in Allure magazine March edition, with a few advertisements for M Clean and Dr. G. On the internet, some even ask questions like, is Sungchan still in NCT? Because it's literally been ages since they last saw him with the other members. In short, after 3 years active, Sungchan got 2 weeks of promotion as an idol, and Shotaro got 3. Most of the time, their tracks weren't seen anywhere on the internet, and worse, their solo content on NCT's YouTube channels were fewer than 10. Number 3. Formerly Cherry Bullet's Mireille, Kokoro, and Lin Lin. Debuting in 2018 under FNC Entertainment, Cherry Bullet managed to garner a fair amount of attention, as this is the home to many big names: FT Island, CN Blue, and AOA. However, luck wasn't totally on their side, because not even a year after their debut, the group had already undergone a huge change in their lineup. In December 2019, F&C Entertainment announced that 3 of Cherry Bullet's members would leave the group for good after an extended discussion. Since that time was a critical period to consolidate the fanbase, and lots of fans had gone on board because of these 3 members, a huge uproar was immediately ignited. Many fans expressed that they were extremely shocked and annoyed at this news, because Mireille, Kokoro, and Linlin haven't even been active for a year. They also asked F&C to clearly explain why the 3 girls' departure was so early and sudden. Yet, responding to the fierce reactions was complete silence from F&C Entertainment. And even until now, it still remains unknown as to why these 3 members terminated their exclusive contracts. Number 4. Formerly Momoland's Yeonwoo, Taeha, and Daisy. Also in the same year, Momoland went through the same major changes, as it was announced that Yeonwoo, Taeha, and Daisy, 3 of the top famous members in the group, would be leaving for good. However, a bit different from the departures of Cherry Bullet's members, this story was more of a drama, as MLD Entertainment explained things in one way, but Yeonwoo and Taeha put out a totally contrasting view. Specifically, in November 2019, MLD Entertainment made a statement that Momoland would be reorganized as a 6-member team, and Yeonwoo, Taeha, and Daisy would leave to focus on their new career. The company even stated that the girls had been putting in lots of thought about their decisions, discussing with the company multiple times, and to support their artists, MLD would prioritize their wishes and let them go. Talking of Daisy, MLD initially claimed that she unilaterally terminated their exclusive contract, and along with her mother, unreasonably demanded finance fees as reimbursements after the departure. The company also said, at first, out of the will to end everything on good terms, they didn't ask Daisy for the contract violation fee. But as she and her mother became more and more unreasonable, they had to do what the laws asked them to do. However, the responses of the 3 girls to their departure were completely different. And surprisingly, they all hinted that MLD Entertainment kicked them out of the group. First was Yeonwoo. In a long letter she posted on the official fan cafe, Yeonwoo said that she had never got the boldness or even the willingness to give up a career she had dedicated all her youth to switch to something new, implying that going for the actress career has never been her choice, and what MLD said was a big lie. Daisy later also revealed that MLD actually forced her to take a hiatus from Momoland's activities for 8 months, and demanded a penalty of 1.1 billion won, approximately $945,000, right at the moment she brought up the leaving decision. However, MLD Entertainment was also quick to provide counter-evidence to all Daisy's claims, which also made sense to a certain extent. So basically, the reasons why these 3 girls left Momoland still remains a mystery until now. Number 5. Formerly Day6's Im Junhyeok. As Park Jin-young insisted on debuting a boy band while he was still in charge as the CEO of JYP Entertainment, Day6 was created in 2015, and quickly made their names as one of the most successful bands in South Korea. However, right at the moment the group was building their reputation and attracting more people to the fandom, it was revealed that Junhyeok would terminate his exclusive contract, though he wasn't even in the group for a year. According to JYP Entertainment, Junhyeok left the group due to personal reasons, and even under various speculations, both he and the company remained silent after that. However, as fans were unsatisfied with the brief explanation, they went on figuring things out themselves. According to some, there was a high chance that Junhyeok was kicked out of the group for dating, as JYP Entertainment was said to never allow their rookies to date. However, some pointed out that the reasons he was kicked out of the group so fast came down to an even worse reason: flirting and dating with a fan through Instagram. Probably because this was also a young girl, she posted everything from private messages to all little dates with Junhyeok on Instagram, which only made her love story an easy peasy target for eagle-eyed netizens. Because during the debut period, rookies should solely focus on promotional activities and avoid things that can affect their concentration, most fans agreed with JYP's decision to remove Junhyeok from Day6, and believed he totally deserved that. Some claimed that Park Jin-young never fired anyone without a reason, and the fact that Junhyeok was crossed out of the group means he must have made a big mistake. On the other hand, many believe that the truth behind Junhyeok's departure is not that simple, because no one would risk their career that they spent tons of time and effort to achieve for a few dates. They said it is possible that Junhyeok and JYP could not agree on the percentage profit share, leading to disagreements and Junhyeok's leaving. So, what do you think are the real reasons behind the mysterious disappearances of these idols? Is it all because of percentage profit share, or is there way more to it? Comment down below to share your thoughts with us. Also, remember to like, share, and subscribe to BeBoss TV for more interesting K-pop content. Thank you for watching.